Hello, this is LordUg. Yes, it is. So, I was asked, well, I sent an email asking me to suggest a game that I am playing right now and really enjoying, that I won't be playing on my channel, but I would suggest that everybody should play. And I play a lot of games, and the one that I would suggest is this one. It's called Echo, on the surface an exploration game, but I would suggest it because it is so unique. It's just got this very unique way to it. It's something that I haven't seen before. Now, there might be games out there that are like what I'm going to suggest, but I haven't seen one. So, what makes Echo so special? Well, it's because I'm not going to explain the story. If you want to see the story, you're going to have to either buy the game or check it out online. But basically, you end up in a palace. And let me show you the palace. So as you can see, it's beautiful. It's incredible looking. And you're in this palace, and what the palace does is, it perceives you as a threat, and it wants to stop you. So what it does is it creates echoes. Echoes are a perfect copy of you, or the character, I should say. But the thing is, the echoes know nothing. So how do you put things in? How do you put intelligence into it? Well, what the palace does is it watches you. It watches what you do, and then it learns. So when they can move, they can walk, but when you jog, the palace scans what jogging is, and it learns jogging. When you sprint, it learns what sprinting is, and sprints. If you fire your gun, it learns what a gun is and how it works, and it'll give some of them guns. Now, it doesn't do it there and then, straight as you do it. It does it after a reset. Now, what a reset looks like is, there's three parts that keep happening over and over again. You've got this part now that you can see, which is everything is lit up. This is when the palace is learning what you do. Not right now, this is right at the start of the game. It isn't learning right now. But later on, when the game starts up properly, this lit area is the most dangerous part for you, because anything you do, the palace learns. Opening doors, vaulting over anything, running, sprinting, shooting, climbing, using an elevator, sneaking, even sneaking. If you keep going into like a stealth mode and sneaking all the time, all the echoes after the reset, they'll all be sneaking. They'll all be just sneaking round tables. It's crazy. And if you can walk all the way through a reset, the three stages, then they'll only be walking the next time. So, you've got the lit area, and the lit area, as I've said, is the time when the palace learns. Then it goes into a dark area. When the dark area comes, you can do what you want. The palace is not learning at that point. You can sprint, you can shoot, you can jump, vault, do whatever you want. The palace won't learn it. Then the palace resets, and everything goes black, and then it comes back to this again, a lit area, back to being lit. But now the echoes have been updated, and they've learned. Now, this is early on, and this is where the palace is just starting to learn little things, like what is kind of evolve. So, like these, if you look at these, let's run along here. So this is lit, it goes into dark. This is dark time. This is when it's not learning. That's the reset. Everything goes black and it starts up again.
Flowers?
Now there's flowers.
They weren't here before the black.
So, and that's how it works.
No, they were not.
So you've got the lit area where it's learning
welcoming
right now. Then it goes into the dark. So if I just kept crouching and going around this table crouching and did nothing else and it reset, then the echoes would all be crouching and walking along crouching like this. It's crazy. It's a crazy game. So you've got the lit area where it's learning, goes into dark. This is where you'd sprint, shoot, and then it resets. And whatever it learnt in the previous lit period is what the echoes now do. Now, the reason I've come to this part is because it's a good way to see the palace evolve.
What's that?
If you look at that black smudge on the floor, remember what that looks like. Okay, so you've got doors. These doors. If there's a light on them, like that one, then it's safe to go through. If you ain't got a light, you go too close. Really, really not nice. Okay, so yeah, there's actually a streamer. This is kind of a two birds with one stone thing. There's a streamer I'd actually like to play this. I know he likes
adventure. There are more of them.
I know he likes his kind of adventure games, the action games, sorry. But he's also a very good thinking player, and I would be interested to see how he goes through this so that the echoes don't learn too much, but he can advance. It's a lot of thought, and you can do this game in about 5 hours, and he streams for like 30. So, he could easily fit this game in. Anyway. So, again, we've got these black smudges. Let's keep going. There's more of them now. We saw one, now we're getting more. So we're going to keep going.
Everything is so neat. Weird how it scatters these chunks all over.
So we'll go into another dark period in a second. There we go. And then it will reset. Now, I did watch a streamer play this, and it made comments like, "Well, when I sprinted in the last go, before the reset, there was no echoes around to see me. So how did they learn how to sprint?" I wanted him to so badly understand that it's not the echoes have to see you. The palace is the thing that sees you. The palace is the one that's always watching you. And everything you do, it puts into the echoes after the reset. I think you got it eventually. So, let's move on. And as you see, these things are still on the floor.
What? This one moves.
Worse, it's alive. The sphere appears when humans or animals are detected in close proximity, but this...
So there you go. It's picking up organic compounds in these. So let's jump over here. So let's say this was somewhere in the game, later in the game. The palace would now know how to vault over a wall and onto the floor below. So now other echoes will vault over there because you taught it. You learned the palace how to do that, and that's what makes this unique. See, this time is the most creepy time. Well, this is the time you're safest, when the light goes off and it's only the torchlight. Then the reset. But now those black things are starting to look a little bit more worrisome.
What are they? It can't be Foster, right?
So we're going to stay clear of these.
To read the cube and then malfunction.
It's incredible.
This can't be the palace attempting to bring him back.
It's an incredible concept.
No matter the intent, that's not Foster. It's not sentient.
And well, remember, these, like he says, these echoes aren't sentient. They haven't got intelligence. They're just driven by what the palace wants them to do. And what the palace wants them to do is stop you. So it's created these echoes to do that.
What does that mean?
Now,
I get colour now.
The suit senses a threat. Yellow means that you might be noticed. Red means you're targeted.
So that was targeting me, and now look, it's coming after me. There's what it says about it if you want to see. So now they're starting to see me as the threat that the palace wants them to see me. So let's go through this door. I'm not going to keep this going much longer. I just wanted to show you the evolution of the echoes and how the palace does it. So I'm hoping Drew will play this. I'm gonna have to send him the link to this video. Hopefully, he might like it. But this, as you see,
they'll be walking soon.
Is now.
Are you still sure this is a good idea?
They're getting more advanced now. They're getting to the stage where they're actually standing. Now they can't stand for a long time, and they do fall over, but they are still seeing me as a threat. Now, as it comes to get up again.
I don't know what's most absurd. The palace populating itself with these grotesque hostiles.
They're still falling, but now they're starting
on
to
like
take
you'll
steps.
be able to survive when they're fully evolved.
I never expected this to be easy.
Now they're starting to take actual steps now. But as you see, graphically, it is incredible. And the story is actually quite cool. So we're going to jump over here. Right now, they're not learning how to jump over things, so that's okay. But it is bad. So another reset. And now we go to this door. And I'm just going to peek. But there you go, you can see an echo now. Unstable, but not falling over anymore. Now, the streamer I saw, who I watched play this, he tried standing still like this for about 20 minutes. It was later on in game, just to see if he could make it so all the echoes would stand still. And the game never went into dark mode, it stayed in light mode. You have got to teach something. The palace will not let it move into... But the palace will not let it move into dark mode until you've taught it at least a few things. So you are going to have to move on. You are going to have to keep moving. And you are going to be teaching them. So always have in mind, what you don't want them to learn, don't do while the lights are on. What you don't mind them knowing, you can do while the lights are on. What you don't want them to know, you can do when the lights are off and only the torchlight is on. That's the only time you save. Right, so this is Echo. The link will be in the description below if you want to play it. I suggest you do. You can do it in about 5 or 6 hours, something like that, if you really push at it. And it is worth playing, honestly. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll speak to you soon. You take really good care, and bye for now.